Good evening and welcome, wrestling fans. Ken Resnick with you here, and along with me, Jesse the Body Ventura. Tonight, AWA All Stars Wrestling comes to you live from Atlantic City, New Jersey. And we've got one heck of a card coming your way. We're going to see the brand new Unified Champion, Nick Bockwinkel, when we come back. All right, fans, we are here live from the Tropicana Resort and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and we've got a card of wrestling coming your way tonight, and we take a look at the first gentleman making his way down the ring. We've only seen him once before. Wasn't extraordinarily impressive. Tyler O'Shaughnessy, I believe, is his name.
Yeah, well, Tyler O'Shaughnessy, last time I saw him, he was looking up at the lights, and I have a funny feeling he'll be doing that a lot.
Well, he's probably going to be doing it tonight because he's not taking on an easy opportunity here. And there really aren't any easy opportunities here in the AWA, but you could have done something a little bit better than, well, this.
Yeah, you're going up against Stan the Lariat Hansen, and you better be able to back it up, and there's no way, and I mean absolutely no way, Tyler O'Shaughnessy is going to be able to do that against Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Now, it's no big secret that Stan the Lariat Hansen's been on a little bit of a skid as of late. Some matches that a lot of people perhaps thought he was going to win came up on the short end of the stick on, and it has hurt his recent climb towards the AWA World Title picture.
Well, you know what? Everybody wins, everybody loses sometimes. Well, maybe not everybody wins. I don't think O'Shaughnessy has ever seen a win in his life, nor is he likely going to. But no matter how great you are, eventually you lose matches, and sometimes it can string a few together, and it can be a mental issue. It can start messing with your psyche, and this is exactly what Stan the Lariat Hansen needs, in my opinion. A match like this where he is going to absolutely dominate the opposition.
Okay, are you surprised to see that?
No, because it's 2K, and that's exactly what 2K does. Just like that. Scotty beamed him aboard and then put him right back down in the opposite corner behind his opponent.
Speaking of 2K, ladies and gentlemen, we would just like to remind everybody that the exciting news is out and it's official. The 2K19 release will be coming out most likely late October, as that is normal. And there's a Lariat, he caught him with it, and it's over. Wasting no time at all. Stan the Lariat Hansen, oh, that's exactly what we thought he was going to do.
Yeah, absolutely what he was going to do, what he had to do, and what he did do.
That Borger Lariat, now I'm a little surprised he didn't just pick him up and do some more damage, but Tyler O'Shaughnessy looking up at the lights once again.
That's the move he does best.
Well, we were interrupted, but this Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we want you to join us for the official press conference and the first bit of news regarding WWE 2K18. We'll carry it with you live exclusively on the Twitch channel. Go to twitch.tv/Vince_McSham. If you're not already there, click the little heart icon and follow us, and then join us 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Monday for the live press conference. We'll be back with more AWA wrestling action in just a moment. Stay with us, fans. Okay, fans, we are back again, once again, live from Atlantic City, New Jersey. More AWA All Stars. In the ring at this time, Lou Fabiano. And he awaits his opposition, and this is somebody I wasn't sure we would see here at the AWA again. Former world-class heavyweight champion Jerry the King Lawler. Now the big announcement after the win, Nick Bockwinkel said, I am not going to be the world-class heavyweight champion and the AWA champion. I am now the unified world heavyweight champion, and there is a brand new title that he broke out just recently on an edition of Backstage Report, or Ringside Report, I beg your pardon. And now Jerry Lawler is absolutely fit to be tied, because you know he wants that title.
Well, I'll say one thing right now. Jerry Lawler has an argument to make, because the way things went down at Gold Rush was not exactly fair.
Well, the fact of the matter is, the rules were all adhered to, the contract was adhered to, and the fact that there was someone in the corner, Nick Bockwinkel, it was not a member of the Heenan family, and that was the only agreement they had. Lawler now trying to show his ire and his anger towards this crowd. And I can tell you right now, they are thrilled with the fact that he did not get his hands around the AWA World Championship. Down to the mat he goes, and now Jerry Lawler from the middle rope. And he drives that fist right into the head of Fabiano. This match could be over.
Yeah, I think Fabiano's had enough for tonight.
Well, we're getting some quick matches here in the early going. Not much to look at in the way of highlights. Look at that fist drop right into the forehead of Fabiano. And just like that, it is over. All right, fans, we've got plenty more action still to come here on the Nation Network with AWA All Stars Wrestling. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us.
Do you think that regardless of what federation it was, we'll ever see you in a professional wrestling capacity again?
It is one of those never say never things. I just like to cover all my bases just so some internet tweet isn't going to be like, you said you'd never wrestle again. WWE? No, absolutely not. But, you know, you never know. I could pop up here and there.
Goes to all the fellow wrestlers watching. Oh yeah, I know you're watching. I even know the guys down in Orlando are watching. So you guys can get started and train for the next Kenny Omega light, but it ain't gonna happen. Part of the reason why I am in Japan and why I didn't leave like those other guys is because I felt like Japan was my home. My work here is far from over because I am the best. I am more talented. I have more drive. I have more determination. I am not like any one of you.
I'm back. And now the $64,000 question. Why, oh why, after everything I said and after everything I did, why did I come back? What it boils down to is I can't change this place for the better. I can't make this business and this industry what it can and should be sitting on my couch in Chicago. So much for change, huh? Same old, same old. I want you to listen to me. I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I hate this idea that you're the best. Because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. I am the best wrestler in the world.
You are so good. You are so popular. But the problem is, the best in the world is me.
See, you say that you're the best in the world at what you do, and I say that I'm the best wrestler in the world. This is nothing I chose. I was born this way. This is who I am. This is what I do. But you just bit off more than you can chew. Understand, when you step in the ring, your arms are just too short to box with God.
Now, I'll tell you, you can ball something out there right now. A lot of you think that I lost that title over at Gold Rush to Nick Bockwinkel, and I didn't lose a thing. I was screwed out of that championship, and I'm damn sure getting it back. You see, Nick Bockwinkel, you think you got everybody around here convinced that you did do nothing wrong. So you played on the words just a little bit, and you had Kerry Von Erich in your corner, knowing that that was going to be a psychological advantage. So I wasn't afraid of Kerry Von Erich, just like I'm not afraid of you. But I had to watch over my shoulder because I can't trust the Von Erich as far as I can throw one. And while my perception was being divided two different directions, you took advantage of that. And you had an unfair advantage because of that. And I'm saying I want my return match. And if you're half the man and half the champion that you say you are, then you'll give me that opportunity that you're contractually obligated to, I might add. So what I'm saying is this, Nick Bockwinkel, I just proved to you I'm still every bit the man I said I was. Next week, Jerry Lawler, Nick Bockwinkel for the Unified Heavyweight Championship inside a steel cage. If you got the guts, sign the contract and we'll make it happen. But I'm telling you right now, I'm taking that title back one way or another. What went down at the Gold Rush is not going to stand. And I'm not going to be the former champion for very long. You can believe it. Jerry Lawler fit to be tied. Unbelievable. All right, fans, we are back once again from Atlantic City, New Jersey, the Tropicana. And it is time for an 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal.
$10,000 on the line for this one, and it's going to be every man for himself.
No friends in a battle royal, and when there's $10,000 on the line, all the more reason. Take a look at the Playboy Buddy Rose as he makes his way down the aisle towards the ring. He is the first entrant into this battle royal. The fans here in Atlantic City absolutely stoked as we are hot on the heels of the greatest pay-per-view in the history of the Nation Network, and for that we thank all of you.
Absolutely, over 2,000 views, over 1,000 views in the first 12 hours.
We are so humbled and appreciative of everything the Nation has done to come together to promote, as we take a look now at the one and only Colonel De Beers.
Well, Colonel De Beers on the losing end in the Gold Rush against the Cobra Corps.
And speaking of the Cobra Corps, Sergeant Slaughter, for those of you that follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation, posted that the war is over, and to his troops he says, "You may stand down and at ease."
Well, my understanding is he's let them basically go back out to do whatever it is they want to do. He does not need the Cobra Corps unit back together at this point in time, but he will, like any true sergeant would do, have the right to call the troops back in should he need them down the line.
Undoubtedly, and with Sergeant Slaughter, you can never tell when that may happen. As we get a look at Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, one half of the High Flyers.
We don't really see a whole lot of the High Flyers anymore. I mean, Greg Gagne for the last several weeks was a last-minute inductee into the Cobra Corps.
Indeed, and that by doing that, he has given an opportunity to Jim Brunzell to explore a little bit more in the singles category. Even though we've generally come to know him as a tag team wrestler, he has proven that he's capable of winning in the singles division just as well. I understand he's got his name on some contracts, including one with Bam Bam Terry Gordy for the AWA Television Championship that he just won at Gold Rush.
Yeah, well, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, if you're not a singles wrestler, maybe not the way you want to start it out.
Next man entering the Battle Royal. Oh, here you've got it. Mr. Saito.
Yeah, Mr. Saito, one half of the IWGP Tag Team Champions.
He has made it clear that he is here to see what he can do, and he wants to go after that world title as well. He's not here to go after the Tag Team Championships, as you can tell by the fact that he doesn't have a partner.
Well, Mr. Saito is capable. He's been a former world champion in the past, so he knows what it takes to do it. And he's proven he's got the skills to get it done. And the fact that he's half of the World Tag Team Champions over in the IWGP also shows that he knows how to get it done.
Once again, $10,000 on the line, and here comes Greg Gagne, the other half of the High Flyers.
Yeah, well, like you said earlier, there's no friends in a battle royal. What happens if it comes down to Greg Gagne going up against Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, huh?
That's going to be very interesting if it does come down to that. But what happens in the interim if they decide to work together and clear out the other 6 members and then just get it down to a one-on-one match?
It could happen. It could happen. I don't think it will. I wouldn't be at least bit surprised if that's not the way this goes down. But I have a funny feeling I'd be more surprised if the two of them don't end up hooking up at one point in time in the match.
All right, well, here's a dark horse in this one, Jake the Milkman Milliman.
Well, he can make a $10,000 paycheck right here tonight if he can pull it off just for one night. He's used to losing a lot. But here's the one time where you get a win, and all of a sudden in one night he'll make more than he would have made in 5 years. What do they pay him, about $5 a night?
I have no idea what Jake Milliman gets paid a night, but I'm sure it's more than that.
Why? He never wins. Why do you pay him more than that? It's a hunk of meat. Where I come from, you get paid based on what you earn. He gets paid in butt kicking.
Capacity crowd on hand here, live from Atlantic City for the AWA fans. And they're on their feet now, victorious at the Gold Rush once and for all. Sergeant Slaughter and the Cobra Corps taking out the Allied Powers.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it was every bit the battle and the war we expected it to be. And at the end of the day, Sergeant Slaughter gets to say he was victorious.
Absolutely, as he makes his way down to the ring, carrying Old Glory here as we head towards the 4th of July. What better way to do it? And fans, with that in mind, we let you all know that starting July 4th here on the Nation Network, It will be all about the NWA and the Great American Bash. They will have unprecedented coverage of the event throughout the month of July, and we invite you to come back here and join us for that.
Great American Bash has always been one of my favorite times of the year. We're going to be seeing some of the best.
Busy time right now here on the Nation Network. Fans, Monday morning, 1 a.m. We invite you to come back and join us for Heat Wave, featuring the stars of Championship Wrestling from Florida. Wait a minute, look who's big.
Well, he didn't get much work out in the opening contest, so I guess he decides to make a bigger paycheck.
Well, Stan Larry and Hansen getting double duty here tonight. This is a surprise.
Is it really, though? This is the kind of match that's right up his alley.
It would not surprise me one bit if Stan Larry and Hansen was victorious here in this one. But it is going to take a lot to get to that point.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot to offer, so we'll find out. But at the end of the day, I think Stan Larry and Hansen's got to be the favorite.
Well, let's keep in mind you've got both members of the High Flyers in there, and they may choose to work together.
Stan Hansen going right after Sergeant Slaughter. Now he's going after Colonel De Beers.
Well, De Beers and Slaughter might want to get together. Greg Gagne's in trouble, and Slaughter looking to eliminate Greg Gagne.
Wow, I'll tell you right now, thanks for helping me out when I needed you, but now you gotta go.
Gagne fighting his way back in, and now Sergeant Slaughter and Gagne teaming up on Playboy Buddy Rose, I believe.
A lot of action in this one. It's going to be hard to call it all, but Brunzell on the apron fights it off, and now he's got De Beers staggered, and Gagne once again, he's over the top rope. Look at this.
Jake the Milkman Milliman almost eliminating Greg Gagne. Boy, oh boy, the bodies are absolutely flying right now. It is going to be hard, but we'll do our best to keep up with all the action in this one. Irish whip. De Beers coming off the rope. Hip toss and takes him down. Slaughter now dumped over the top rope by Playboy Buddy Rose. Buddy Rose looking to eliminate Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, he couldn't get it done, though. Sergeant Slaughter's tough. You don't become a drill sergeant. I know you don't become a drill sergeant unless you are super tough.
Well, what does it take to become a colonel? Because De Beers now has Playboy Buddy Rose, and that European uppercut takes him down. Greg Gagne now working on Jake the Milkman Milliman, who was always my pick to be first one out.
Ooh, Milliman managed to fight him off. And now Gagne goes over the top rope.
Jake Milliman trying to eliminate Greg Gagne. Can you imagine? He does it! Jake the Milkman Milliman has eliminated Greg Gagne. And now he turns his attention to Mr. Saito.
Oh, I don't believe it. Jim Brunzell just took out Stan Larry and Hansen.
Well, it is a bunch of upsets happening early on in this one, but it's a battle royal, fans. That's what it's all about. Playboy Buddy Rose just throwing Sergeant Slaughter. What just happened? Saito's gone. Jumping Jim Brunzell took Saito out. I don't know if it was a clothesline or a drop kick.
Wow, they're really starting to fall now. 3 down, 5 remain.
Playboy Buddy Rose and Sergeant Slaughter really going at one another. Again, the European uppercuts by Colonel De Beers. And now look at this. Jake the Milkman Milliman at the top rope. He's trying desperately to hold on, but I don't think he's going to be able to.
Well, he didn't go to the floor, but now he may. De Beers going to work. And now Slaughter and De Beers working together. Can you believe it?
What I can't believe is Jake Milliman found a way to stay in this match. Unlikely allies, to say the least. As Colonel De Beers delivers the big shot, and now he's got Sergeant Slaughter at the top rope. He's going to try and eliminate Sarge. He has him out to the apron, and now De Beers. Can he finish what he started? No. Sergeant Slaughter fights it off.
Well, Sergeant Slaughter is really receiving a lot of the punishment right now, and he's got to be aware of that, and he's got to do something to change it.
Meantime, Jake the Milkman Milliman was just hanging across that top rope, nobody paying any attention to him. Another elimination has taken place. In the meantime, Playboy Buddy Rose is gone. Milliman has made it to the Final Four. Can you believe this?
No, I really can't believe it.
Brunzell was about to get hit with an atomic knee drop, I believe, by Slaughter, but rolled out the back door. Now it is Colonel De Beers dropping Slaughter on the back of his head. Brunzell has got Jake the Milkman Milliman at the top rope. Meantime, there he goes.
Well, good for him, but I'll tell you right now, he made it a lot further than I thought he would.
Now it is Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. Let's keep in mind, fans, way back at the beginning of the season in late October, it was Jim Brunzell who won the opportunity through a tournament to become the #1 contender for the AWA Championship, and he and Rick Martel had a couple of classic battles for that title. There goes Colonel De Beers. And now it's down to the final two, Sergeant Slaughter and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell.
I've got to tell you right now, I cannot believe that Jumpin' Jim Brunzell is still alive in this one. He went for that big drop kick, which was a smart move, but it missed. And there's the cannon clothesline. It's over.
Slaughter eliminates him with the cannon clothesline. Wow, what a battle royal that turned out to be.
Well, a lot of surprises in there. Surprise eliminations, surprise survivals, and of course the surprise teaming to see that Sergeant Slaughter and Colonel De Beers were actually able to work together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is Sergeant Slaughter, $10,000 richer, and we'll be back with more AWA Championship Wrestling right after this. Okay, fans, welcome back, and now it is time for some tag team action, and believe me, action is going to be the word. As we take a look right here at Bad Company making their way down to the ring. Pat Tanaka, Paul Diamond, at one point in time a member of the Diamond Exchange.
Well, that's Kind of what you refer to as ancient history at this point in time. Diamond Dallas Page has since moved on from them, and he has gone and as he says, upgraded the Playboy Buddy Rose and the Pretty Boy Doug Summers, and he's had a lot more success with them.
Well, I'll say one thing. Since returning here to the AWA, Bad Company has struggled to gain some traction. Maybe tonight can change all that, but they're going up against one of the hottest tag teams in the AWA right now. And here they come, the brand new AWA World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Rockers.
Well, they did it. They pulled it off when a lot of people didn't think they could. And they beat the Nasty Boys at the Gold Rush. And it was a last stand match inside of a steel cage. There wasn't going to be a return match. This was it. The feud had to end. And that was the match it was ending with. And look who turns around and walks away with the gold.
A lot of speculation on whether or not the Nasty Boys will show up here in the AWA at this point in time or not. We don't know the answer to that. We have not seen them since the Gold Rush.
And of course, this is a non-title match, and I'm not so sure why. You know, if these guys are going to be fighting champions, why not put the titles up tonight?
Well, quite honestly, they didn't have a title when they booked this match and signed for it, so that makes sense.
They could have still changed it. They could. I'm pretty sure Tanaka and Diamond would have said, okay. I think they would have been all right with it.
Well, neither the reason matter. The fact is, this is a non-title match, and it's a great opportunity for Bad Company to put all of their recent shortcomings aside, get a big win over the Midnight Rockers, and automatically catapult themselves into that top spot.
Well, I don't know that they can go straight to the top, but it would definitely get them an opportunity down the line, in my opinion.
Nice move right there by Shawn Michaels as he slingshots himself into a senton down on Pat Tanaka. Pat Tanaka, one of the most lethal members of the AWA roster right now. He can do more damage to you with his feet than he can with his hands, and he's equally destructive with both. Now Paul Diamond with Shawn Michaels up in the air. He couldn't hold the weight, though, and now Shawn Michaels comes out the back door and hits him with a drop kick.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, I've always said to me, they're a couple of pretty boys. They can wrestle, and they're fun to watch for the fans, I suppose, but they're pretty boys, and I just don't think pretty boys do well against tough guys.
Even after the Gold Rush, even after the steel cage, you would say that.
Yeah, what did they do? They escaped the cage. Congratulations, you ran. They didn't pin them. They didn't make them submit. That's why I don't believe titles should be decided that way. It's not fair to the champion that you don't have to be beaten in order to lose the title.
And now they set up Paul Diamond. There's that double super kick right to the face, and Diamond's out. This could be match. He hooks the leg. Referee taking a little too long to get over there.
Oh, and Paul Diamond may have been saved by the referee and the fact that it did take him a little too long to get into position.
Tag is made. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Pat Tanaka. And he slingshots Jannetty back into the ring. Fans, we want to tell you about the world premiere video that will be coming out on the Twitch channel. You can find the nation's Twitch address right there on the bottom of your screen, scrolling through as we speak. It will go live at 9 a.m. this morning, featuring the stars of Rise Wrestling and the return match between Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso. 9 a.m. this morning, it will go live, and it'll be on demand for up to 14 days.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm looking forward to that one myself because of what happened the last time out.
Atomic knee drop right there by Paul Diamond. And of course, fans, we also remind you this Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, join us on Twitch as we do a live broadcast and coverage of the WWE2K18 press conference. We will bring it all to you live as it streams with live commentary as we get our first look at what the 2K19 season may have to offer.
Well, it'll be a great opportunity, and then we can all, at the same time, be feeding back and forth during the stream and the broadcast from 2K.
Pat Tanaka now is going all the way up to the top rope. Did I mention he is a lethal warrior?
Well, he came off that top rope. I'm not even sure what he caught him with. I think it was the elbows.
Tanaka doing a number right now on Jannetty as he chops down on that head. Shawn Michaels trying to get the crowd up. Jannetty falls out the back door and then dropping Pat Tanaka on the back of his head.
Well, we knew this was going to be one hell of a match, and it's lived up. Oh, look at that brilliant move right there. Paul Diamond preventing Marty Jannetty from going for the pin attempt after the big super kick right on the mark.
No doubt about it, Paul Diamond may have just saved this match. Jannetty takes Diamond down, and now, wait a minute, Pat Tanaka on the receiving end of the rocker dropper, and Paul Diamond is not going to be around to make the save. This could be it.
I don't believe it. Paul Diamond, it backfired on him.
One, he's got two, and no, somehow Pat Tanaka able to get his shoulder up.
Well, that would have been the best opportunity they could have hoped for right there.
Double team coming up once again. Now Paul Diamond trying to clear the cobwebs. To the ropes goes Pat Tanaka, and there is the flapjack. Shawn Michaels from the top rope. Went for the elbow. Nobody home.
Well, Shawn Michaels, he's an aerial expert, and he can get some distance, but that would have been going from coast to coast the hard way.
In the meantime, Pat Tanaka on the floor, and he is not getting up. Paul Diamond's going to have to carry the weight of the team. Shawn Michaels, Irish whip to the ropes, back out front. What a clothesline. And now Paul Diamond going all the way to the top rope. Not something we're used to seeing Paul Diamond do.
But he's very capable of it, and we know that from the past.
He wants Shawn Michaels up, and Michaels is up. Paul Diamond comes down with the forearm across the head of Shawn Michaels.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Paul Diamond driving that elbow right into the forehead of Shawn Michaels, and what's he going to do this time?
Again, Diamond on the top rope now, this time getting a little bit more aggressive with the air. Crossbody nicely done, and Shawn Michaels is down. We are used to seeing the Midnight Rockers do this sort of thing. It's a little bit different when you see it happening by both members of Bad Company.
Bad Company very aggressive here in this one. You see Pat Tanaka taking a swipe, trying to grab a hold of Shawn Michaels. We saw earlier what Paul Diamond was able to do. These guys realize, hey, we haven't had a very good run since our return. We need this win. And they understand that. That's a desperate team. It's like a wild animal. If you get a wild animal in the corner, they're very dangerous.
Double team right now by the Midnight Rockers, Jannetty and Michaels. Double doozle. Now Shawn Michaels watches as Marty Jannetty winds the arm of Paul Diamond and turns that into a knee right into the shoulder. Goes for the suplex, has him up in the air, and drops him. Goes down for the cover, gets one, and that's all.
Well, very close, and there was a great opportunity right there, but...
Oh, there's some sweet chin music right there by Paul Diamond.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
And he hooks the leg of Marty Jannetty. This could be big.
Oh, the save made by Shawn Michaels. Why don't you stay outside the ring? You're not the legal man. Referee's got to do a better job of controlling this one.
Well, it's not like we haven't seen the Bad Company break up pin attempts either, right?
Yeah, but that was going to decide this match, in my opinion. I don't think the other ones would have had that.
Paul Diamond with the butterfly suplex takes Marty Jannetty all the way over. Jannetty desperate for the tag. He lunges, makes the tag, and here comes Shawn Michaels. Flying forearm, and down he goes. Clothesline into the turnbuckle, and now Shawn Michaels has Paul Diamond up.
Oh, what a mistake by Shawn Michaels, and now both members of the Midnight Rockers are out on the floor.
Shawn Michaels tried going to the top rope. I think he thought Paul Diamond was dazed, and he was not. Certainly not bad enough. Shawn Michaels taking a good 7-foot plunge to the concrete floor. But now fighting his way back is Shawn Michaels with that spinning back elbow.
We've got pandemonium in this one. Both teams outside on the floor.
Referee continues the count. Now Shawn Michaels puts Paul Diamond into the guardrail. What's he going to do now? Starts hammering away on the head of Paul Diamond. Shawn Michaels beats the count back in. Marty Jannetty barely getting up to his feet. I don't like the way things look, and it's over. It's a count-out victory for the Midnight Rockers.
Well, that's a chump victory. They couldn't get the job done. They couldn't pin them. They couldn't make them tap out. I say next time put the titles on the line and let's see what happens.
Well, I'll say one thing for the Bad Company. They definitely proved themselves in this match as worthy of the tag team title contention spot that they say they deserve. I think Diamond Dallas Page and Paul E. Dangerously may both have differences of opinion when it comes to that.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I think one way or another we need to get these two teams in the match with the titles on the line, and then we'll see just how good these Midnight Rockers really are.
All right, fans, stay with us. We'll be back with more AWA All Stars when we return. Okay, fans, we are back, and now we are being joined by the unified heavyweight champion of the world, Nick Bockwinkel.
Well, Nick Bockwinkel did everything he needed to do, but again, there's a little bit of unscrupulous activity that took place when he comes out at the Gold Rush, where it was agreed he wouldn't have a member in his corner, and he brought Kerry Von Erich.
No, he had agreed that there wouldn't be a member of the Heenan family, is what he agreed to. Now, I couldn't help but hear Jerry Lawler earlier out here. And Jerry, I understand you're upset, and I told you what was going to happen, but you didn't believe me. Maybe now you believe me, because I told you there was no way I was going to let you take the AWA championship. I told you I would do anything and everything in my power to make sure, because we all have seen what you've done to world-class championship wrestling since you took their title. And there's no way I was going to allow that to happen here in the AWA. Now, the other thing I heard you say earlier tonight, my friend, is that you deserve a return match and that you want one for the Unified Championship. I don't disagree with you, and I understand that you want a return match. And you know who else wants a return match? Someone who's been waiting a lot longer than you, and that's Kerry Von Erich. So here's what I'm prepared to do, since I'm the dealer holding all the cards right now. And I am the AWA Unified World Heavyweight Champion, and for that I say thank you, Jerry Lawler. If you want the return match, I'm willing to give it to you. All you've got to do is show up next week and beat Kerry Von Erich. The winner gets the return match. Wow, that's a blockbuster right there by Bockwinkel. Next week, #1 contenders match. All right, fans, we are back, and this crowd still buzzing about the big announcement for next week. The King, Jerry Lawler, going one-on-one with Kerry Von Erich right here in the AWA for the #1 contender spot for the Unified World Championship.
Well, I'll say this much right now. That is a travesty of justice. Jerry Lawler lost to Nick Bockwinkel and has the right to face Nick Bockwinkel, period.
Yeah, but what about Kerry Von Erich? He lost to Jerry Lawler and never got the return match.
Yeah, but it wasn't AWA.
But we're not talking about the AWA now. We're talking about the Unified Championship, which includes World Class.
I'm not going to see it that way. Jerry Lawler should be getting the title match. Kerry Von Erich's not even a member of the AWA roster unless something's changed that I'm not aware of.
All right, fans, once again, we remind everybody, going live at 8 a.m. sharp will be the world premiere on Twitch of this week's special edition of Rise Championship Wrestling. You won't want to miss it. The return match between Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso, as we take a look at Ray the Crippler Stevens making his way down the ring.
Well, Ray the Crippler Stevens, one of the members of the Heenan family, and no love lost for any member of the Hennig family.
Well, we saw what Ray Stevens did to Larry the Axe Hennig not too long ago. And right now, Curt Hennig would need nothing more, would like nothing more than to go out there and get a big victory after losing the TV title to Bam Bam Terry Gordy at the Gold Rush.
Well, when you talk about return matches, eventually I would like to believe that's going to happen, and I wouldn't mind seeing those two guys lock up again because that was a pretty damn good match.
All right, bell sounds, action's underway. Curt Hennig locking up with Ray the Crippler Stevens in the middle of the ring. Stevens now with that arm bar, but turned inside out. And now Curt Hennig with the top wrist lock, and he's going to work.
Nice go behind right there by Stevens, and he applies the side headlock. So far, very good wrestling to open this one up.
Shoots Stevens off to the ropes, back out front, and Stevens grabs the top turnbuckle, or the top rope, I beg your pardon. Hennig now has got Stevens hooked up, but what's he going to do with him? European uppercut, he stunned him. Stevens just got staggered with that one.
Well, he did, but he's back in control. At least for the moment, he's on the apron. And look at that, depositing Hennig face first into the mat.
And now Ray the Crippler Stevens, and that is not a nickname that was just bestowed upon him. It's a nickname that he has earned.
It's not even a nickname, it's a title. He doesn't need the world title. He's got the title of Crippler.
And now Curt Hennig with the back body drop on Stevens, and down he goes. These two men will literally give everything they've got. And now look at Stevens right there. The breaking of the rules. No surprise there as he chokes Curt Hennig out.
Well, he does, but he got a 5 count, and apparently the referees don't currently really count to 5.
Curt Hennig now able to slip out of the attempted scoop slam, and he comes up with a DDT, driving the head of Stevens into the canvas, and now the drop kick to the back. Hennig starting to feel it right now. How big would a win by Curt Hennig be right now for him after what happened to him at the Gold Rush?
Well, you know what? It's big, obviously, because mentally it puts you back in that mentality that you're on a winning streak, so to speak, or that you're on top of the world, whatever you want to call it. But the fact of the matter is he's had an incredible run, and he lost 1 match. I don't really think there's going to be a whole lot for him to overcome. I think he doesn't, he can't go out and keep losing to Bam Bam Terry Gordy when the opportunity arises. But I wouldn't be surprised if Hennig finds a way to win this match. But I don't think he necessarily needs to.
Interesting perspective from the body.
Always, because I'm the one who tells it like it is.
Snapmare takedown, and now Hennig working the neck, and there it is. Curt Hennig now acknowledging the fans here ringside. And they show their support.
I've never understood why guys need to do that. Why do you give a rat's rear end about what the fans think? They're not going to get in the ring and help you any. And if you lose a few matches, they'll start booing you. You're not their favorite no more.
Stevens just chopping the leg. And now comes down with a big right hand to the side of the head, and now raking the eyes of the former television champion.
Now he's out on the apron. This is a bad place to be. Oh, well, I'll tell you right now, give Hennig credit where credit is due. He fought himself out of a very dangerous position.
And there's that cradle suplex. He hooks the hands together. Will it be enough? He's got 2. He's got 3.
Well, I told you, I wouldn't be surprised if he got the win, and he did.
Tremendous victory right there by Curt Hennig, defeating Ray the Crippler Stevens clean in the middle of the ring.
Well, that's a big victory right there, no doubt about it. And it just helps him going into the match against Bam Bam Terry Gordy for the television title.
All right, fans, we want to thank you so much for joining us. Also, take a moment and look at the description box below the video. There are several links in there to other members of our community who produce their own television content similar to what we're doing here. You might want to check them out and support them as well. In the meantime, this is Ken Resnick for Jesse the Body saying we'll see you next time with more AWA Wrestling action. Until then, so long, everyone.